I'm on the tool truck now. Like, I'm trying to be a responsible adult, and the easiest place to get credit in the world starts carrying tools or swords. Welcome back to the channel. We are down to our final weekend to work on this truck. Steve worked on the truck all week long to get the wiring done. He's got 60 hours in the wiring this week alone. Antonio and I are here today. Well, hopefully Antonio gets here as late as usual. We're gonna get everything buttoned up. We're gonna get the brakes split out. We're gonna get the truck fired up and see if we can get it to move under its own power. Assuming we do that, we'll get it onto the 4-post rack and start working on the custom exhaust on Monday. We have a lot to get done today. Alan's gonna custom do the exhaust on Monday for us. Thursday it goes out for a bedliner, Friday for a detail, and then off to Las Vegas. So we are really down to the wire here, so wish us luck and follow along. All right, so what I'm gonna do to help Steve out is, this is the programmer and digital display for the fuel injection setup. The newer Holley Sniper kits have a much better, easier to display unit. This is an older electronic fuel injection kit that came with the truck. The guy bought obviously a few years ago, and it's kind of dated and it's big and it's bulky. So what we're doing is we are gonna eliminate the radio. We're not gonna put a radio in this truck, so I'm going to Dremel out this edge here that somebody did a terrible job of grinding down, so I can go to Tap Plastics, have them cut me a piece of plastic that will sit in there to cover that, and then we'll mount this right here and it won't have a big gaping hole behind it. So that's my plan for right now, so we'll see how well this goes. God, that hurt my ears. So now I can get a piece of plastic, it'll sit flush, it'll look good. We can go from there. We have a company called Tap Plastics down the road. They can do anything in plastic. And so I went down there and had them cut me this trim piece that's gonna sit right here. Now it's gonna sit flush because I took that ridge out. Even though it's not pretty, it won't matter. I'm gonna use an epoxy that they gave me, or a cement. I'm gonna put that here, and then I'm gonna mount the fuel injection unit over it. The cable will go right back into there after I drill a hole. So that's what we're gonna do, be a nice clean installation without cables running everywhere. Do I need to drill a hole for the cord before I glue this down?
Oh yeah.
So if I drill out like this corner here,
That should be.
and then lay this down, feeding those through, lay this down and glue it at the same time, that should be good?
Yeah, oh yeah.
So there's a hole, I'll go back in the car here. So there's a hole I drilled. Here's the cables that are gonna have to come through. Make sure I got a good fit. And voila, and then we'll feed it right there. And although we'll have some cable coming through, it won't be a lot. It's just kind of a necessary evil on this. And there you go. Oh, I guess now is as good a time as any to announce that our Aston Martin took second in Copart's 2023 Rebuild Challenge. There was over 1,000 vehicles entered worldwide, and we took second place because the first place guy cheated. And I know how he cheated, but I refused to do that to get votes for myself. And I'm happy that we won second place, honestly, and I'm really proud of my guys. So with that, we won a $5,000 Copart credit that we're gonna use towards our next purchase, which I'm already eyeing some cars. When we get back from Las Vegas, I know what I'm buying. I know what the next car is gonna be. I haven't found the exact right one yet, but I know what we're doing. This is gonna be a car that people are going to hate me before they even see me. They're just gonna see the car and get pissed. So that's what I want, that's what I'm after. Leaving the bleeder valves open last weekend to let it gravity bleed, and there is no brake fluid on the floor anywhere. I think we're gonna have to close them and get the vacula out and start sucking on the bag. Weather stripping for the doors, one rear fender liner, and screws and hardwares was 158 bucks with expedited shipping. Like the Aston Martin, those seals were like 600 a piece. I, aside from that, have to do the bed rails. So what we're doing to take care of the ugliness here, originally I was gonna do diamond plate bed rails, but then I kinda got to look inside of the bed and decided after I couldn't find the diamond plate bed rails anymore, they're discontinued, that I'd have it rhino lined to do an over the rail liner. Well, from where the canopy was and it peeled the paint, if I just have them go right over that, even though they're gonna prep it, they're not gonna spend time to prep this out. So I've gotta sand this all flush. And up here in the corner where the box had been, the weld had cracked and it was separated, Alan re-welded that for me yesterday, and I'm gonna grind that down a little more, put a little filler in there and smooth that out, and probably over this hole too, so that we have a nice flush surface for the rhino liner to go over. It'd be a nice modern touch on an older vehicle. So right now I'm just doing a really light skin coat on this area here. I'm just trying to fill in the gap. I'm not trying to make perfect body work here. Just the edge of the cab, or edge of the bed. I just want to make it better. I've never used this product before. Apparently it melts the two plastics together. Kind of nervous, I don't want to make a big mess here. There weren't really good directions on this, so I guess I'm just going to sit here for a few minutes and hold the plastic in and hope for the best. I don't know how long I'm supposed to hold this for, and I don't want to sit in here with all the work we've got to do. So I'm having Steve get me a rod that I can put to push on this from the back of the cab to hold it in place until it sets up. And hopefully I did it right, because normally these things need like an activator, and this didn't seem to need that. So today, this is our last day to work on this truck on a Saturday. I had to take Steve off it for this whole last work week, which cost me a whole week of a technician's production in the shop. So obviously I'm not rich, I'm a small business owner, so that kind of hurt. We got to get everything done today so that Monday we can have Alan get going on the exhaust and stay on schedule. This shaded acrylic epoxy is not working. I want super glue. Like, we know that'll glue fingers together. It'll hold plastic. We're just gonna have to put screws in that. It's just not staying. I don't get it. It should be adhered by now. Well, screws it is. Weather stripping. I think it's maybe an Antonio job. Yeah, it's an Antonio job for sure. Antonio can finish this up. We all have our strong points and our weak points, and fine detailed work is not my strong point. Overall broad ideas is my strong point, so we all work well together that way. The paint they sell at O'Reilly's and their primer products actually isn't bad for small jobs. I wouldn't want to use it on a show quality job or something major I'm doing. It's not bad for home use, or like a little bit of primer that I need to do the top of the bed rails after I sand them down is, this stuff's fine. The one thing about it though, when you buy it from them, is they don't shake paint, and it doesn't come shaken, and so everything settles to the bottom and it doesn't get mixed up, it separates and makes it really hard to work with. And people don't know that, and then they try and reduce it and they spray it and it turns out like shit. Well, so if you have a paint shaker like I do and you mix it properly, it actually works pretty well. So if we go back above the light here to kind of support it. There too.
Just that one, sir?
Ah!
That'll do. That'll do.
Damn, Steve.
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to. I was trying to cut it off. I just didn't know how to cut it off.
That's all right. I think I stepped on a couple of these pieces in my office. Do we have enough gas in it now?
I'm gonna go to 9.
9 what?
100.
Yeah, that's fine.
For what?
Idle.
Yeah, it wants throttle.
Oh, wait.
Did you see the flames?
Flames, yeah.
I was gonna ask you to come over to get a picture of it because you can see it real good over here.
Okay, do we want to see the flames? Sorry. Fuck, I just saw flames.
It may need to tune. It may need to tune up, you know, like, yeah, I mean, it's still.
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry, guys.
Hold on.
Let Steve do his thing here.
I just
want to make sure we don't set this thing on fire. I just saw flames. The header. Whoa, that's way too rich.
It's running too rich right now.
Yeah, we just about set this on fire, so.
Woo! My eyes are burning. So red hot is like, it's not only rich, but it's also like burning it later. So it's leaving the exhaust while it's still burning, which is why we got the flames, which is really cool. But like, I don't know if that just
we don't have a Lambo.
It needs to be tuned in the sense of like, it has to learn, but it shouldn't glow red though. I can tell
No,
you.
it shouldn't glow red. We're definitely rich.
Okay, well, it's a few hours later than it was just a second ago when Antonio and Steve were here. It's 11 o'clock now on Saturday night, just a few days before our deadline. We have the truck running. Steve and Antonio did great. Antonio's helped me put everything together other than wiring, and Steve spent 90 to 100 hours doing the wiring and getting it done. We're down to runnability now. It's running a little bit rich. On Monday, I'm gonna have a couple of my other mechanics help me out and let Steve go on to some other work that I put him behind on this. We will have the runnability straightened out. This coming Thursday, it's going off to get the bed liner and it's going to get detailed as well. So what we've got left to do here, which you probably won't see filmed, is bleeding out the brakes, which we had a little issue with today, and then just tuning in the runnability, which I don't think is going to be a big issue at all. And then Alan's also got to build the custom exhaust on it in the next couple of days. So that's where we're at with this. Thank you for sticking along with us. Next video you see, it's gonna be a couple of weeks. Likely we are already gonna be at Mecum in Las Vegas, and don't worry, we're gonna film that all for you. Thank you very much for following along with our journey here. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Tell us what you wanna see. What's the next car you wanna see on this channel? I know what I want. I'm working really hard on it, but we wanna hear from you. What do you wanna see us build? Thanks, take care.